Good morning, Saturday students. Now, Scuttle was told to return back by tomorrow evening. So El Araira was alone. He was still searching for some trick that would serve his turn, means to defeat the Black Rabbit of India. The next day, Scuttle returned and he helped Elaraira to patch himself up, means to put the leaves and the branches of the willow tree. In the evening, he went to meet the Black Rabbit as though nothing had happened. Now, the way Elaraira went to meet the Black Rabbit, as if he had no feeling that he had lost in the competition and he lost his tail and his whiskers. Well, said the Black Rabbit, I have no wish to make you suffer. I repeat, you may stay or leave as you please. Now, the Black Rabbit of Inle was very frank with Elaraira, and he tells him, says, I am not happy that I have to make you suffer. Okay. You may stay or leave as you please. But if you remain, perhaps you would care to hear a story and tell one yourself, said the Black Rabbit. He says, well, if you have decided to stay, then there is another competition ahead. It is the storytelling competition. Okay? So I will tell one story and then you will tell your own story. And if I can tell a story as good as yours, perhaps then you will accept my life, said Elaraira. Now Elaraira was very stubborn of, sacrificing his life in order to save his people. Okay. So again he lays the same condition. So that my story is better than yours, then you have to agree upon accepting my life and saving my people. I will, said the Black Rabbit. But if not, you will forfeit your ears. So if you are unable to defeat me or win me, then I will take away your ears. Then the Black Rabbit told such a tale that it froze the hearts of Scuttle and Elaraira. That means he must have told them such a story that they were unable to move. They froze with fear and sadness. When at last the story was ended, Elaraira tried to speak, but he stammered. It was clear that there would be no story from Elaraira, and the ostler took him and put him into a deep sleep. Okay. Now it was understood. The story which the Black Rabbit of Inle had said was very touching or mind-blowing. Okay. Which surprised and froze Scuttle and Elaraira. And because of that, it had made Elaraira nervous. He started stammering. He was not able to say a story. Then was understood that Elaraira had lost the storytelling competition. And then the ostler took him and put him into a deep sleep. Now his ears had to go. When he woke up, his ears were gone, like the Black Rabbit of Inle had said. If I win, then I will take away your ears. And only Scuttle was beside him crying. So when the Black Rabbit had put Elaraira to sleep in order to remove the ears, So next morning when he woke up, he found that his ears were missing, and at the side of him, Rascuttle was crying. What good can this suffering bring? Let me take you home, said Rapscuttle. Now Rapscuttle was very concerned and worried about Elerida. He says, one by one, some parts of your body is being taken away. He says, come on, let us go back home. What is the use of sacrificing some parts of your body when it is not helping you? It is not solving the purpose. The black rabbit is still not wanting to take your life, or he still is adamant that he's not going to help to protect the rabbits. Nonsense, said Ella Ryder. Get me two big dock leaves. They will do very well for years. So nonsense means the years are gone, no problem. Bring me two dock leaves and I will make my years. I will place those dock leaves in place of the year so I may not look funny. When Rapscuttle was gone, Elrira forced himself to think. The black rabbit would not accept his life. But why did he inflict these sufferings? Now, if the black rabbit was not going to help him, then why did he inflict these sufferings? Means, why did he start taking the tail, the whiskers, the ears, and all that? Why not simply send him away? So he could have easily told Elrida, you better go back, I'm not going to do it. The answer came to him suddenly. The shadows had no power, either to send him away or to hurt him, except with his own consent. They would seek possessions of his will and break it if they could. But supposing he could find something that would save his people, could they stop him from taking it away? So now, actually, when he was alone, he was thinking why the black rabbit had inflicted suffering on Elrida. When he was not going to help, why did he make me suffer? He could have sent me away. But then what happened? Then he realized that the shadows had no power. Okay. And it was like something, if he wanted to go, he could have gone without any pressure or without anyone forcing him. So there is something that it made him to realize. When Rapscuttle came back, he helped Elrida to disguise his head with two dock leaves in place of ears. Then he wandered into the runs of the water. As he jumped along, he came to a place where he found two of the shadowy ostlers. Now, ostlers are actually a group of rabbits, or maybe the leader of a group of rabbits. You have no business here, said one. In these holes lie all the plagues and diseases that come to rabbits. And in this nearest hole lies the white blindness, which sends creatures hobbling out to die. Now, as they were moving around the waters, suddenly they were obstructed by one of the ostlers. They found two. One of them prevented them from going ahead or going into the rabbit's hole. Then they were told that inside this hole there was a whole lot of diseases, plagues that are being affected the rabbits very badly. Okay. Then Elvira pretended to go back, but suddenly turned, rushed upon the shadows, and plunged into the nearest hole. And there he lay, while the shadows gibbered about the entrance, for they had no power to move him. After a time, they went away. Now Elvira pretended, played a trick that okay, he had listened to them and he pretended to go away. Then suddenly he darted back, returned, and he got into one of the holes. And these ostlers on top were trying to prevent him, but they did not have the power or the strength to move Elvira away. When he was sure that he must have stayed long enough to be infected, Elvira began to make his way back along the run. He ought to return quickly before there was any sign of illness on him. Now Elvira wanted to check. So when he got into the hole, he waited there for some time for the plague or the disease to infect him. But after a long time, he realized that nothing was happening. He was not getting infected. Okay. He was feverish and could feel nothing without his whiskers. At that moment, a quiet voice said, El Rider, you have some purpose. What is it? He had heard nothing, but he knew the black rabbit was beside him. So he was, I have been in the pit, my lord, answered Elvira. I am infected with the white blindness, and I am going to save my people by destroying the enemy. You know how the white blindness is carried by the fleas in rabbits' ears, asked the black rabbit. But you have no ears. Elvira fell to the ground. He tried to move, but then lay still in the silence. Elvira said to the black rabbit, this is no place for warm hearts and brave spirits. Go home. Your people are already saved. So now all the black rabbit of India did everything. And he was still testing out Elvira's determination. Okay. And so then finally he tells Elvira, now you go back. Your people are safe. So the rabbit hole had all the diseases, the next hole had the white blindness. Okay. So he was testing to see if he could get infected with the disease. But usually it is the fleas which flies. There are certain things that get into the rabbit's ears that cause the illness and sickness. But since Elvira had no ears, so automatically he was not affected or infected by the disease. And he was told to go home by the black rabbit of India. I shall keep it till here and then the next class I shall continue. Thank you.